It's been nearly 4 decades since Full House first hit our screens. The beloved sitcom about a widowed father raising 3 daughters with help from his brother-in-law and best friend didn't just dominate Friday nights. It taught an entire generation that family isn't just about blood, it's about the people who show up. But where are they all now, in 2026? Let's find out. And hey, before we dive in, drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. Are you tuning in from San Francisco like the Tanners, or are you halfway across the world? We want to know which house you're watching from. Number 1, John Stamos as Jesse Katsopoulos. Let's start with the man who simply does not age. John Stamos joined in 1987 at 24, portraying Jesse Katsopoulos, the leather jacket-wearing, Elvis-obsessed musician who made Uncle Jesse the coolest title in America. Now 62 in 2026, he's still got that famous hair and is busier than ever, starring in shows like Big Shot and the Prime Video series On Call. Here's a fun fact. 2025 marked his 40th anniversary performing with the Beach Boys. And yes, he's still joining them on tour. John married actress Caitlin McHugh in 2018, and they have one son, Billy, named after John's late father. From fictional uncle to real-life dad, Stamos proved that sometimes the coolest guys really do have the biggest hearts. Number 2, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen as Michelle Tanner. You got it, dude! That became their catchphrase. And boy, did they get it. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen joined in 1987 as infants, sharing the role of Michelle Tanner, the scene-stealing youngest daughter. Now both 39 and 2026, they've pulled off the ultimate plot twist, leaving Hollywood behind to become fashion royalty. Their luxury brand, The Row, is now valued at over $1 billion, and they've won multiple CFDA awards. Mary-Kate was married to French banker Olivier Sarkozy until 2021, while Ashley married artist Louis Eisner in 2022. They were the only original cast members who didn't return for Fuller House, but honestly, they were too busy building an empire. Not bad for 2 kids who couldn't even walk when they started. Number 3, Candace Cameron Bure as DJ Tanner. If you've ever watched a Hallmark movie during the holidays, you've probably seen her face. Candace Cameron Bure joined in 1987 at just 11 years old, portraying DJ Tanner, the responsible eldest daughter who set the standard for TV big sisters everywhere. Now 49 in 2026, she's become the undisputed queen of family-friendly entertainment, serving as chief content officer at Great American Family, while producing and starring in enough holiday movies to fill every night of December. And here's the real fairy tale. She's been married to former NHL player Valeri Bure since 1996. That's nearly 30 years and counting. They have 3 grown children, Natasha, Lev, and Maxime. Candace is living proof that the girl who learned life lessons in that San Francisco house actually took them to heart. Number 4, Jodie Sweetin as Stephanie Tanner. How rude, she used to say. But Jodie Sweetin's real story is anything but a punchline. She joined in 1987 at just 5 years old, portraying Stephanie Tanner, the spunky middle child, with impeccable comedic timing. Now 44 in 2026, Jodie has been remarkably open about her struggles with addiction after the show ended, using her platform to help others facing similar battles. After 3 difficult marriages, she found her happy ending with therapist Mescal Wasilewski, whom she married in 2022. She's a devoted mom to daughters Zoe and Beatrix, and now co-hosts the hit podcast How Rude, Tanneritos with Andrea Barber. Jodie's journey reminds us that real life doesn't wrap up neatly in 22 minutes, but redemption is always possible. Number 5, Bob Saget as Danny Tanner. This one still hurts. Bob Saget joined in 1987 at 31, portraying Danny Tanner, the neat freak widowed father whose heartfelt talks became legendary. Tragically, Bob passed away in January 2022 at age 65 from accidental head trauma while on his comedy tour in Orlando. He left behind his wife Kelly Rizzo and 3 daughters, Aubrey, Laura, and Jennifer. What made Bob special was his range. He could be the wholesome TV dad one moment, and a hilariously edgy stand-up comedian the next. He also hosted America's Funniest Home Videos and narrated How I Met Your Mother. His castmates still speak about him constantly, and every Full House reunion since has felt incomplete. As John Stamos put it, I will never, ever have another friend like him. Number 6, Dave Coulier as Joey Gladstone. Cut it out. Dave Coulier joined in 1987 at 28, portraying Joey Gladstone, the goofball comedian whose impressions and puppets brought laughter to even the toughest moments. Now 66 in 2026, Dave is fighting the battle of his life with incredible courage. He was diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma in late 2024, beat it by early 2025, then received a second cancer diagnosis, tongue cancer, later that same year. Through it all, his spirits have remained high, supported by his wife Melissa Bring, whom he married in 2014, and visits from his Full House family. John Stamos even flew out wearing a bald cap just to make Dave laugh during chemo. He has one son, Luke, and became a grandfather in 2025. If anyone embodies the Full House spirit of facing hard times with love and humor, it's Dave. Number 7. Lori Loughlin as Rebecca Donaldson Katsopoulos. Her story took a turn nobody saw coming. Lori Loughlin joined in 1988 at 24, portraying Rebecca Aunt Becky Donaldson, the graceful co-host who tamed Uncle Jesse's wild heart. Now 61 in 2026, Lori has been rebuilding her career after serving 2 months in federal prison in 2020 for her role in the college admissions scandal. She's appeared in Curb Your Enthusiasm, the Prime Video series On Call, and just announced her return to Hallmark's When Calls the Heart for season 14. Her marriage to fashion designer Massimo Giannulli, which lasted nearly 28 years, quietly ended with a separation in late 2025. It's been a long road back, but Lori is proving that even the hardest falls don't have to be the final chapter. Number 8. Andrea Barber as Kimmy Gibbler. She was supposed to appear in just one episode. Andrea Barber joined in 1987 at 11, portraying Kimmy Gibbler, DJ's eccentric best friend, whose loud outfits and even louder personality made her unforgettable. Now 49 in 2026, Andrea took the road less traveled. She quit acting after Full House ended, earned a degree from Whittier College and a master's from the University of York in England, got married, had kids, and disappeared from Hollywood entirely. Then Fuller House called, and Kimmy Gibbler came roaring back. Today, she co-hosts the How Rude Tanneritos podcast and appeared in the Nickelodeon series That Girl Lay Lay. She was married to Jeremy Ritke from 2002 to 2014 and shares 2 children, Tate and Felicity. Andrea proves that sometimes the best comeback is the one you never planned. Number 9. Blake and Dylan Twomey Wilhoit as Nikki and Alex Katsopoulos. Remember Jesse and Becky's adorable twin troublemakers? Blake and Dylan Twomey Wilhoit joined in 1992 at just 2 years old, portraying Nikki and Alex, the scene-stealing toddlers who made the already crowded Tanner house even fuller. Now 35 in 2026, both twins chose privacy over fame. Dylan found his calling behind the scenes as a Foley artist, working on major productions including Game of Thrones. So while you might not see his face, you've definitely heard his work. Blake briefly returned for Fuller House, but otherwise stays out of the spotlight. Their quiet lives are a reminder that not every child star needs to stay in front of the camera to find happiness. Number 10. Scott Weinger as Steve Hale. Remember DJ's sweet but sandwich-obsessed boyfriend who was always raiding the Tanner fridge? Scott Weinger joined in 1991 at 16, portraying Steve Hale, the lovable guy who stole DJ's heart, and probably every snack in the house. Now 50 in 2026, Scott's biggest claim to fame might surprise you. He's the voice of Aladdin in Disney's 1992 animated classic. Behind the scenes, he's worked as a writer and producer on shows like The Muppets and Blackish. He returned for Fuller House, where Steve and DJ finally got their happy ending. Scott married Kelsey Weinger in 2019. From stealing sandwiches to voicing one of Disney's most beloved heroes, Scott proved he was always a whole new world of talent. Number 11. Marla Sokoloff as Gia Mahan. Remember Stephanie's rebellious best friend who almost got her into serious trouble? Marla Sokoloff joined in 1993 at just 12 years old, portraying Gia Mahan, the crop-top-wearing bad influence who pressured Stephanie into make-out parties and smoking. She started as a troublemaker, but eventually became a true friend. Classic Full House redemption. Now 45 in 2026, Marla's career took off after the show. She starred on the legal drama The Practice for 6 seasons, played Joey's pregnant sister on Friends, and even dated James Franco for 5 years. She returned as Gia in Fuller House, this time as a real estate agent. Behind the camera, she's now a director of Hallmark and Lifetime movies. Marla married musician Alec Puro in 2009, and they have 3 daughters, Elliot, Olive, and Harper. From TV's bad girl to real-life girl mom, Gia turned out just fine. From How Rude to Have Mercy to Cut It Out, the Full House cast gave us more than just catchphrases. They gave us a family. And nearly 40 years later, whether they're building fashion empires, fighting health battles, or watching over us from above, they'll always be part of ours. If this video brought back some memories, hit that like button and subscribe. Tell us in the comments, who was your favorite? See you in the next one.